Well, it's that time of year again. Last year, we had a lot of item not received cases that we had to deal with as sellers. I currently have one, but it's not the type that you're probably used to seeing. And I'm going to talk to you guys about that on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin Ain't Easy. And as I told you in the intro, this is the time of year when, as sellers, we get that dreaded item not received cases opened against us. And usually what happened last year, as an example to many of us, probably many of you can probably comment down below and tell us about your experience. Last year it happened to me, and I'm sure it happened to you, where you did everything you were supposed to do as a seller. Within your handling time that you have listed in the listing, you put that item in the mail, whether it was UPS, FedEx, or USPS. Now, for most of us, the problem was with USPS, and they were getting a lot of packages that were just missing. Maybe they'd get a scan or two, or maybe they wouldn't get any scans at all. And that was a problem. And so I hope, and I only really do hope, that this year we're not going to have to deal with lost packages, because what has happened, and eBay's stance on this, is that as sellers, we're responsible. And if there's no activity within 10 business days of the last tracking scan, that we're supposed to, as sellers, go in and give the buyer their money back and basically then open a claim with the USPS. In this case, USPS, you know, you have UPS and FedEx. They're not so bad. They've been very reliable. Now, I'm sure there's exceptions, and I'm sure many of you will have stories about those two carriers. But really, my main focus is USPS. I did a video on this topic about a month or so ago. I'll put the link right there. And basically in that video, it was talking about the proposed changes that USPS was going to make to their infrastructure, the fact that they were hiring thousands of employees, but they still had a lot of jobs left open. Let's hope that that is going to fix the problem. That way we don't have to experience nearly the number of cases we had to experience in 2020. Now, eBay did come out with some communications on the 18th regarding this issue, and I'll go ahead and post it here on the screen. The investments and upgrades that the major carriers have made to their networks in 2021 seem to be paying off so far. We've seen strong on-time delivery performance from both USPS and UPS. FedEx on-time delivery numbers are now showing significant improvement. And as a side note there was a banner that was stating that FedEx was having some issues. Again, I didn't have any because I don't use FedEx, but maybe somebody can attest to the problems they were having with FedEx. Overall, the carrier networks are in good shape as we approach the busiest time of year. However, while the early signs are encouraging, the real crunch lies ahead. Our team is in constant communication with the carriers, looking at volume trends, tracking scans, and other network data. We continue to make adjustments to delivery date estimates to ensure buyers have the most accurate expectation based on current trends. Sellers don't need to adjust handling times to account for delays, and will always receive credit for on-time shipping if there's an acceptance scan within the stated handling time. Focusing on the last sentence there, sellers don't need to adjust handling times to account for delays and will always receive credit for on-time shipping if there is an acceptance scan within the stated handling time. I'm not so concerned about eBay giving me credit for an on-time acceptance scan. It's one of those things where I don't have a lot of late deliveries anyway. So, you're allowed 3%. Chances are, and the problem last year wasn't the fact that we were getting late scans. The problem was the package was just not showing up to the customer. Usually there would be no tracking at all beyond the acceptance scan, and the customer wants their item, understandably. And as sellers, we're helpless. We can't do anything to resolve this issue. Now, the one thing you can kind of do, like with USPS, is go on to their website, and without filing a claim, there's a way to go on and trace the package, and you input the information, and usually that gets sort of a light under someone's butt in USPS. Someone from the actual delivery, the destination location, USPS will contact you usually and, tell you there's a tracer out for it. And a lot of times that gets the package back going in the system. So that's a good thing and one thing that you can do. And I would say to do to be proactive as a seller. But other than that, it's out of our control. And the thing that was bothering a lot of sellers, including myself, was the idea of that buyer basically after 10 days of no activity, expecting you to give them a refund, and eBay the same. And as soon as you give that refund, the package shows delivered. And now you're hoping that that buyer is honest and will send the money back to you because they're keeping the item, or at least send the item back. But 9 times out of 10, it just doesn't happen. And that's sad because we're not big companies. We're not Walmart. We're not Amazon. We can't absorb hits, especially if the item is a big ticket item. And that's something that eBay really needs to do a better job of. Now, in the past, they've told me that they'll go in and try to get the money from the buyer, but I haven't had any experience with that. Maybe somebody can put something down below and let us know if that's even a thing. But honestly, in my opinion, eBay really needs to be proactive here. And if there's any hint of delays like there were last year, and of course, a lot of people write that stuff in eBay's own community forums. If there's any hint of that, then they need to really be proactive and start maybe giving more time to sellers for these packages to arrive. So let's hope. I'm optimistic. I'm not one that's going to poo-poo USPS for life because of what happened last year. But let's hope that this isn't a holiday thing, because there's a lot of sellers out there who have commented in my comments in my videos that they're not going to sell around Christmas time for the problems that they had in 2020. And that's a shame because there's a lot of people out there that are going to be looking to buy your item. Now, I'm dealing with a strange item not received case right now. Basically, it was opened up about a week ago, and I shipped an item to my favorite destination, which is Florida. Medley, Florida, but it shows Doral. And this particular person claims that they never received the package, even though the UPS, this is a UPS ground package, shows delivered at front doorstep, at least according to UPS. And they're asking me to call UPS. Maybe you had a porch pirate visit your house. I can't do anything as a seller. Now, oddly enough, this buyer states that they contacted UPS and opened a claim. And the tracking, oddly enough, shows that the claim was approved. Now, they sent me a message asking me to follow up and tell them what that meant. And I told them I don't know anything about a claim. I don't have a claim number. I don't have any idea what you're talking about, because the buyer apparently opened a claim. That's something that the buyer is going to have to deal with. Now, that's kind of the message that I left them. The troubling thing is eBay wants me to resolve this situation by the 23rd, which is coming up here really soon. And I contacted someone at eBay, and they claim that it's going to be found in my favor because of the tracking. But, again, how many times have we been given bad information when you contact a rep at eBay? So I, of course, will let you know how that is resolved. But this buyer is expecting me to do something, and hey, it shows delivered. He claims that the item was delivered with another package. He received that package. Who knows what happened? But, there is a big problem in this world right now. There's a lot of people that go around and grab packages off your front porch. Maybe that happened here. But as a seller, I did everything that I was supposed to do. And according to eBay's policies, I am not responsible. So again, I'll give you an update. This person says that there's a claim, but I have not received a single email from eBay or UPS. And so maybe eBay will just pocket it and the buyer will be out. I don't know, but certainly I'm out of the loop here. Has anybody had a similar situation like this? Please comment down below. Let me know. I am very curious to know how you handled that type of situation. If you like this content, if you appreciate the content that I put together, please do me a favor, hit that like button. I certainly would appreciate that. And while you're at it, subscribe to the channel. There's great content on this channel. And if you're subscribed, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I go live, which hopefully will be soon, or make another video. If any of you out there can attest to what we went through as sellers with USPS, it's just another example of how flipping ain't easy. And I'm going to talk to you guys here very soon. Have a great start to your week, everyone.